Okay, now let's proceed to learning strategies and assessment techniques as applied to edukasyong pantahanan at pangkabuhayan or technology and livelihood education. Learning strategies. The core components of TLE and EPP: home economics, industrial arts, agri-fishery arts, and information and communication technology have different content areas. With these learning strategies, teachers should be determine what learning method they do or what materials they use for teaching, just to acquire information and knowledge. Next, classroom environment is also a factor that leads to effective teaching. Aside from the strategies and instructional materials used in the teaching learning process, there are 4 strategies in EPP and TLE: demonstration or modeling method, project-based method, thematic instructions, the computer-assisted learning, and virtual learning environment. First strategy: demonstration or modeling method. This technique is especially important when teaching how to do something for. It means showing to the learners the procedure through step-by-step process. There are 2 types of demonstration. First, demonstration of product. It is the finished product. And second, demonstration of a process, steps of the task or the procedure to do the task. In demonstration, it has 5 essential phases. Number 1, exploration phase. Explanations are more comprehensive and are aligned to the lesson's objective. That means at the end of the lesson, the learners should ask questions on matters that they do not understand. Number 2, demonstration phase shows the needed steps to develop the skills. Number 3, students' performance phase, to perform the activity just to practice the skills. Number 4, instruction supervision phase, giving enough time to do the activity and monitor how the activity is done. Number 5, evaluation phase. Learners display whatever they Number 5, evaluation phase. Learners display whatever they have done. In this manner, the teacher determines the effectiveness of the instructions. Second strategy, project-based method. This is a strategy where learners acquire knowledge through planning and execution of practical projects. So there are 4 types of project-based method. First, individual project. This activity is done individually. Second, group project. Group or pupils in the class are given definite activity or task to do. Third, sample project. Students complete only one work at a time. Fourth, complex project. More than one work with various activity and dimensions. According to Kilpatrick Keown 2014, projects can be classified to constructive project. It is a practical or physical task such as constructional of article, making a model, and playing drama are done in this type of project. Aesthetic project. Appreciation powers of learners are developed through musical programs, beautification of things, appreciation of poems, and so on. Next, problematic project develops the problem-solving capacity of learners through their experiences. It is based on the cognitive domain. Last, Brill project. It develops mastery of the skill and knowledge of the learners. It increases the work efficacy and capacity of learners. Steps in preparing a learning activity under the project-based learning techniques. First, creating situation. Teacher tells the method and procedure to be done. Second, selecting the project. Apply the 6 principles of project method: purpose, utility, activity, freedom, reality, and prior planning. Teacher helps the learners select the project on the basis of their interests. Third, planning. Teacher discusses various points to the learners and take part in the discussion. Teacher writes steps and group learners. Fourth, execution. Select relevant facts. Information and materials, and work on the project and complete it within the specific time limit. If evaluation. When finished, project is evaluated by the group within themselves and reported to the teacher. 6. Reporting. Learners write each and every step of the project on how they finished the project. The report is submitted to the teacher. Third strategy, thematic instructions. The teacher can use this technique to integrate the teaching and learning of other subjects. Last strategy, the computer-assisted learning and virtual learning environment. To enhance the learners' learning skills with the use of ICT devices, surely help them cope up with our changing environment. So now, let's proceed to assessment techniques. Assessment is needed to find out the outcomes of learning. It is very necessary for a teacher to have her assessment on the performance of learners. It may be formal, informal, or anecdotal in nature. Formal assessment is the ordinary way of assessing instruction. It may be in the form of tests or project to be graded. Informal assessment is observing learners react or follow instructions on what to do. Anecdote is done by the teacher during guided instruction as she goes around and observes learners' understanding and performance in doing the learning activity. In EPP and TLE, there are tools that are frequently used in assessing the skills of learners. First, performance-based. Assessment requires learners to demonstrate knowledge and skills, including the process by which they solve problems. Second, project-based rubrics. Rubrics is simply a list or a set of criteria which define and describe the important components of the work being planned or evaluated. Third, individual presentation. This is the process of presenting a topic or a planned activity to an audience, where the individual may present it in different methods, like lecture, demonstration, or by the use of computer-aided materials to convey and elaborate ideas. Selecting appropriate instructional materials for edukasyong pantahanan at pangkabuhayan, technology and livelihood education. Tools to use in teaching EPP, TLE. Variety of tools appropriate for different content areas. Availability of tools in each subject area. Availability of raw materials to be used. Adequate number of tools to be used by students. adequate classroom or laboratory workspace,